Did you know that there are countries where women are desperately looking for men? If you are a man and you have difficulties in the art of seduction, you probably do not believe this reality that you are now going to know in detail. But it is so. There are some countries in the world where beautiful women have enormous difficulties to have a relationship due to the lack of men. In many of these places, some women run the risk of remaining single for the rest of their lives, unless foreign tourists come to their domains, or they are the ones who have to escape abroad. As you will now see in this new video of Uncensored World, there are statistics that indicate that in these countries, more than 48% of the adult female population is still single, and, in some cases that will surely surprise you, women of 40 years or more have never had a relationship. Do you want to know in detail these countries? Stay until the end of the video to know the 11 countries with more single women due to the lack of men in the world. Number 11, Uruguay. Uruguay is located in South America, bordering Brazil to the north and the Atlantic Ocean to the east. It has a population of approximately 3.5 million inhabitants, presenting a demographic particularity that makes it almost unique in the American continent, since it is one of the places with more single women in the planet. In addition to this demographic attraction, Uruguay is known for its rich culture, influenced by diverse traditions and European heritage. It is also known as a small jewel of South America, due to the extraordinary beauty of its landscapes and its rich tourist offer. From the long beaches of Punta del Este to the charming historic towns such as Colonia del Sacramento, every corner of Uruguay is a postcard of serenity and magic. The majesty of Santa Teresa National Park, with its vast dunes and forests, intertwines with the sophistication of Montevideo's old city, where colonial architecture and modernity meet in harmony. Its official language is Spanish, and the Uruguayan population tends to have an open and friendly attitude, which can facilitate social interactions and personal relationships. This environment conducive to human connection, coupled with the presence of more women than men, makes Uruguay an interesting place for those looking for love or relationships, as well as for those who wish to enjoy the beauty of this country. In Uruguay, the female population is significantly higher than the male population, with 52 against 48%, which means that there are 175,000 more women than men. Number 10, Armenia. Armenia is located in Eastern Europe, bordering Russia to the north and Iran to the south. A curious fact, apart from being one of the countries with the most single women on the planet, is that Armenia is known for its music and dance, and its population has faced historical challenges and wars which have influenced its culture. Its official language is Armenian, although its people also speak Russian and other languages. The predominant religion is Orthodox Christianity, and they have a wide culture with a lot of influence from neighboring countries. This country is known worldwide for its music and dance, and exhibits a very vibrant cultural life every year with festivals, musical and theatrical events in its beautiful streets. But the most interesting fact in this video is to know the difference between men and women, and the fact that Armenia is considered one of the top 10 countries with the most single women in the world. The statistics are clear and indicate that with a population of just over 3 million, there is a notable gender disparity where women outnumber men, being 1.6 million against 1.4 million. In other words, in a country of just over 3 million people, there are 200,000 more women than men. A true barbarity. If this fact makes you consider traveling to Armenia, whether you are looking for relationships or culture, it is important to tell you that you have to learn English and embrace the importance of Christianity, especially if you want to put down roots in this beautiful European country. Number 9, Norway. Norway is probably one of the most beautiful countries in the world, scenically speaking. It is located in Scandinavia, in the north of Europe, and it is known worldwide, as I was saying, for its impressive landscapes, such as mountains, fjords, islands, and forests, with a wild and untouched nature. Its capital is Oslo, and has a population of more than 5 million inhabitants, most of whom are women. Norwegians, like the rest of Scandinavian countries, many of them in this list, have Viking and Celtic origins, so both men and women usually have light blue or gray eyes and blonde hair. Also in this region of Europe, both men and women tend to be tall, which makes many of these women are considered the most beautiful in the world, and many of the most sought-after models come from countries like Norway, Iceland, Finland, or Denmark. Beautiful countries with beautiful people, and also the countries with more single women in the world. To be more precise, the number of women exceeds the number of men by more than 50,000. This gender difference in Norway is mainly due to the longer life expectancy of women compared to men. In general, women live about 84 years in Norway, while men live about 80 years. In addition, the birth rate among women is slightly higher than that of men. The number of single adult women is 46%, one of the highest numbers worldwide. A fact that can assure you that single adult women are not in short supply in Norway. Perhaps an incentive for your next trip if you are single and thinking of traveling. Number 8. Denmark. Denmark is known for its high quality of life and was ranked as the second happiest country in the world in the year 2010. A choice that has a lot to do with its quality of life. This country stands out for its unique charm and rich history. Copenhagen, the Danish capital, is also a capital of culture and modernity. The emblematic Little Mermaid is one of the most famous icons of this beautiful country. Another important fact is that women in Denmark have access to the same kind of education, work, and opportunities as men, and there is a strong culture of gender equality in the country. A fact that, together with the high number of women, makes Denmark have one of the highest rates of female participation in the labor market in the world, with more than 80% of women working. Denmark has one of the highest rates of single women in the world, with about 52% of single women of adult age, largely due to the fact that in a population of just over 5 million inhabitants, there are almost 100,000 more women than men. Number 7. El Salvador. El Salvador is a country located in Central America, whose capital is San Salvador. This country is probably known worldwide today for the important change it has undergone after the arrival to power of its president Nayib Bukele. El Salvador, until a few years ago, was considered the most dangerous country in Central America and one of the most dangerous in the world due to the presence of crime and famous gangs such as the Maras. But in recent years, Bukele, his strict policies, and his mega prisons have turned this country into the safest in this part of the world, changing its reality completely. Thanks to this, it has gone from being one of the least visited countries in the world to one with an unparalleled tourist attraction, both for its beautiful beaches and nature, as well as for the statistic that indicates that it is one of the countries with more single women on the planet. If you want to know more about El Salvador, in the channel you will find videos that will help you to know it in detail that we will leave in the description. The official language of El Salvador is Spanish. Bathed by the Pacific Ocean, it is a medium-sized country with a population of about 6.5 million inhabitants. El Salvador offers a variety of tourist attractions, such as world-famous surfing beaches, mountains and jungle, or historic cities and archaeological monuments. The majority of El Salvador's population is Catholic, although there is also a significant presence of evangelicals and other Christian denominations. And the most important fact in this video, the number of women in the country is much higher than the number of men, with 52 women for every 48 men, indicating that there are more than 300,000 more women than men in this country, and many of them are single. Number 6. Estonia. Estonia is a country located in Eastern Europe, a very small country, with a population of only 1.3 million inhabitants. In spite of that, Estonia is one of the favorite countries for digital nomads and many startups, apart from partying and single women. Thinking about it, in the channel we have created a video that may interest you if you want to know Estonia in detail, a video that we will also leave you at the end of this. The official language is Estonian, but many Estonians here also speak English and other languages. Estonia is a developed country with a very powerful economy and one of the highest economic growth rates in Europe. The country is also known for its high level of innovation and creativity. However, the country also faces a large imbalance in the number of men and women. Currently, the number of men is relatively lower compared to the number of women residing in the country, with 52 women for every 48 men, or in other words, more than 70,000 women than men, in a country of just over 1 million inhabitants. Number 5. Iceland. Iceland is a rather small country with a population of about 364,000. Its capital is Reykjavik, and one of its greatest attractions is its extraordinary nature. This amazing corner in the North Atlantic stands out for its extraordinary nature and the great presence and activity of its volcanoes. It is considered one of the youngest countries in the world in geological terms, with surreal landscapes that defy imagination. In recent years, Iceland has also been one of the most famous countries due to its incredible volcanic activity. Its extensive lava fields, majestic glaciers, and imposing waterfalls, such as the famous Gullfoss, paint a scenery that seems to belong to another planet. The experience in Iceland is like being immersed in a fairy tale, where volcanoes are the narrators of a constantly unfolding story. However, one of the biggest problems facing this country is the lack of men for these women, as there are over 200,000 women for just over 180,000 men. In this country, women are treated very equally and have great recognition in their areas of work. The only problem of traveling to this country is its climate, stable but very cold, and its volcanic eruptions. For the rest, this could be considered the Viking country par excellence, a place also known as the land of fire and ice. In Iceland, people usually frequent clubs to bathe almost every day in hot springs and relieve the body from the intense cold. Another interesting curiosity about this country is that there is the most peculiar profession in the world that we can call bathing prosecutor, where a security guard can take a look at the bathroom to make sure you are taking your bath properly. This happens at the reception of these hot spring clubs, also known as youth lakes. Number 4. Belarus. Belarus is also a country located in Eastern Europe, bordering several countries such as Russia, Ukraine, Poland, and Lithuania. The official language is Belarusian, although many people also speak Russian and other languages. Belarus is known as the lung of Europe, due to the extensive forest cover that represents almost 40% of the territory. Belarus is also home to more than 11,000 lakes, Lake Naroch being the largest of them all. These bodies of water provide not only natural beauty, but also opportunities for recreational activities. Apart from its immense natural beauty, the number of women in the country is much higher than that of men, with a population of 9 million people. Almost 54% are women, so there are more than 650,000 more women than men in this country. An interesting curiosity about women in Belarus is that they tend to be highly educated, with many women studying and working in fields related to science, technology, health, and education. Belarusian women are also known for their beauty, elegance, and style. They like to dress in elegant and fashionable clothes, and many women are fond of beauty treatments and personal care. Number 3. Finland. Finland is world-renowned for its quality education and was ranked as the best education system in the world. It is also known worldwide for having the title of happiest country on the planet. This country has earned this recognition thanks to a combination of factors that contribute to the overall well-being of its citizens. The Nordic country has implemented progressive social and economic policies that address crucial aspects such as education, healthcare, and gender equality. In addition, the strong social safety net, low corruption, and respect for individual rights and equal opportunities have played a crucial role in the overall happiness of Finns. Surely another aspect of this happiness is the single women and the beauty of its people. A curious fact that you might find interesting is that one of the most deeply rooted passions among Finns is the love for saunas, making them an integral part of their lifestyle. Every Finnish home, whether in the city or in the countryside, tends to have its own sauna. This space is considered sacred, offering not only physical relaxation, but also a place to socialize and strengthen family ties and friendship. The Finns take their devotion to saunas even further, organizing parties dedicated exclusively to this experience. The sauna iltas, or sauna nights, are social events where men and women, friends and family gather to enjoy the comforting warmth, lively conversations, and are often followed by a refreshing swim in a lake or in the snow, depending on the season. Surely if you travel to Finland, this is something you might love to do. It is also famous for its stunning natural scenery, which includes thousands of lakes and dense forests. The country is located in northern Europe, bordering countries such as Russia, Estonia, and Sweden. The official language of Finland is Finnish, although many people also speak Swedish and English. The country where Santa Claus resides is the one chosen by Santa Claus because it has a varied geography with forests, lakes, rivers, and mountains, and has many cities and historical monuments. Its population is 5.5 million inhabitants, being the number of women significantly higher than men, with more than 100,000 more women than men. It is therefore possible to find many women in their 40s who have never had a relationship in this country. Number 2, Portugal. Portugal is a country located in the southwest of Europe with extensive coasts and a quite pleasant climate due to its location in the Mediterranean next to Spain. A very different climate from the low temperatures of most European countries like many of the ones you will meet in this list. The capital of Portugal is Lisbon, an important economic and cultural center, one of the most historic places on the planet. Because its language is the same as the one used in Brazil, a good part of Brazilians migrate to Portugal in search of better living conditions. It is a place with many tourist attractions. Among them, one of the most striking, and of which we refer in this video, is that the number of women is significantly higher than the number of men, a fact that will be very surprising, according to the demographic research of 2022. The number of women exceeds the number of men by 1 million, the latter being just over 4 million, and the women almost 5.5 million. This makes it almost number 1 in this top. Undoubtedly, it is one of the countries in the world where women are looking for men to establish a relationship. Statistically otherwise, they could stay alone for a long time. But there is one country in the world where women outnumber men both in number and percentage, not to mention the number of single women. A country that has forced many of them can't wait any longer, and have decided to emigrate in search of the man of their dreams. At number 1, Russia, the country with the most single women in the world. Russia, also the largest country in the world, offers an amazing diversity of tourist destinations that merge with its rich history and breathtaking natural landscapes. St. Petersburg, known as the Venice of the North, is famous for its majestic palaces, canals, and Baroque architecture. Moscow is its capital, with its iconic Red Square flanked by St. Basil's Cathedral and the Kremlin. Moscow's famous metro, renowned for its sumptuous and artistic stations, is itself a subway marvel that attracts tourists and locals alike, with many mysteries yet to be discovered. In terms of curiosities, Lake Baikal, located in Siberia, is the oldest and deepest lake in the world. Known as the Pearl of Siberia, its crystal-clear waters and mountainous landscapes create a breathtaking setting. In addition, in the Kamchatka region, there is the Valley of Geysers, the second largest place in the world with active geysers. Apart from all its beauty and geography and history, it also has its women, being a country where the number of women is much greater than the number of men residing in the country, with 73 million men and 84 million women. Or what is the same, more than 11 million more women than men. This gender inequality has led part of the female population to leave the country in search of relationships. A curiosity of Russian women is that they like to dress up in elegant clothes no matter if they are going to the bakery or taking out the garbage from home. It is always important to be well dressed and made up. This is one of the mottos of Russian women, as they believe that it is necessary to attract attention with their appearance and elegance in order to notice their inner beauty. Before we finish, we would like to ask you, which of these countries did you like the most? Would you like to meet some of their women, or what attracted you the most about them? Pause the video and leave us your comment. Doing so is the best way you have to help us. Keep working to bring you the best content. So, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to Uncensored World to discover and enjoy the beauty and curiosities of the wonderful world around us. And don't miss the video that follows this one. You will enjoy it.